Om. Namaste. Hope all are blissfully enjoying various programs which comes to you from our YouTube channel as well as through the members in our WhatsApp group. We have discussed about Samyama, Sahasrara Chakra, Brahmarandra and various aspects of yoga and tantra. Before we go down to Agna Chakra, we will discuss little more about the Brahmarandra. Randra means a small hole or a narrow hole. Brahmarandra means the Brahma's hole. Brahman means the highest state of consciousness. So the Brahmarandra means whole of Brahma. Human soul, if someone asks where the human soul is residing or dwelling, means we will have to recognize that the human soul is residing in the Brahmarandra. There are 9 dwaras in human body. With this 9, the 10th hole is Brahmarandra or Dasama Dwara. It is a small hole in the skull or in the crown called in medical terms anterior fontanella. The Brahmarandra physically can be seen in our skull, in the crown, just above the Agna Chakra. From here, little go, this place, there will be a small hole to recognize. When a just born baby, if you look at the crown, you will be able to see the Brahmarandra hole. In just born babies, it will be so soft like a tissue, and touching it will be like as though you are touching a very soft tissue, or when a tender coconut, inside the tender coconut, the white particles or the white substance, when you touch, how it will happen, so much tender it will be. As the child grows, it will become flattened, and it is here at the time of birth all our memories are hidden. What we are talking about, 37 trillion cells, each cell has got its own memory recorded with it. It can recall what we discuss. All the 37 trillion cells memories are available in this Brahmarandra. But as the age grows for the child, all the memories totally get erased. Very rarely 1 in 10 lakh, or very rarely 1 in 10 crore, or 1 in 1 crore, or 1 in 1 lakh child can remember something about the old memories of the past. It is a divine process. In its own wisdom, the divinity erases all the memories as the child grows. Look at the peculiarity of this memory erasing technique of the divinity. The child knows all the memories, but it cannot express. As the time comes for it to express, the memories are erased by the divinity. You can recall with again connecting to the divinity. That is what I always tell, connecting with divinity, connecting with Babaji. When we sit on dhyana, meditation, When we bring the three angles together, the dharana, dhyana and samadhi together on an object visually inspired by us or on an object physically placed by us, when we are into total samyama, sometimes some memories, some experiences, what we have lost in our previous birth, or what we could do through the experience of the previous birth, or what we could do for the next generation now itself, such of those intellectual revelations could blown out to us. So, how much we are in samyama, how much we are in connectivity with the divinity, so much fast, so much with clarity, such things happen in our life. There are some individuals, still they are in a materialistic path, but without doing any samyama, without doing any bhakti, without being connected to the divinity, also they achieve what 200 years later the mankind could achieve. One or two examples, we can take some of the excellent scientists or the excellent seers and swamijis who have contributed for us, those who have given us something, invaluable things which is valid and always become perennial in source and current for us to enjoy even after centuries. These individuals or these special personalities or godhoods are created as such by the divinity for the need of the society. That is how always there will be some exceptions. Such things happen. Otherwise, for a common man, always we need to put our efforts, then it is possible for us to do such things. Okay? Possible for us to do such things. Okay? Just imagine around 4 o'clock you go out, assuming that you will be back in about half an hour. But by the time you come, it will be 8 o'clock, it is utter dark. The moment you come, what you will do? You will open the door. First thing what you will do is switch on the light in all the rooms. The entire building gets illuminated. Is it or not? In the same way, at our birth, through the Brahmarandra, the Brahma enters and illuminates the whole physical body. As a result, the whole body gets life and brightens up for itself for the time being. Namaste. You cannot see anything in troubled water if something is fallen. If the water is not calm, we cannot find anything. The moment the water is calm, it will be very clearer and we will be able to search what has been lost in the water. Whether it is Adhyatmika or spiritual life, Bhautika or material way of life, Dharmika or religious way of life, Laukika or worldly life, whatever it may be, you must have focus. One has to have focus. You must have clarity. For this, one must have peace of mind. Once the mind is calm, the mind is clear like the water, then everything falls before you. One will succeed and excel in whichever field you are there, or one will succeed and excel in whichever field they choose. Aksharamala Dhyana helps you to reinvent your life. Get initiated into Aksharamala Dhyana and reinvent your life. All the very best. The Brahmarandhra is the most important for an individual, whatever you call. It is so important in our life. Materially, you can see it. Spiritually, you can feel it. For Nirguna Dhyana, that is the dhyana without any gunas, remove all the three gunas, sattva guna, rajoguna or the tamas guna. You remove all the gunas, it becomes nirguna. When you go to dhyana with nirguna, in such nirguna dhyana, the Brahmarandhra plays a very vital part in the lives of yogis and sadhakas and the seekers. To understand little more about Nirguna Dhyana, for those who wish to understand in English, it is an abstract meditation. It is imaginary meditation, we can assume in this way. The sadhaka or the seeker experiences separation from his or her physical body in this particular dhyana. That is, the gunas are kept aside and gunas are kept outside. While leaving the physical body, the Brahmarandhra bursts and the prana comes out from the physical body. What we term it as Kapala Moksha. The highest seers of some matas, for example, in recent days, the Kanchi Periyaval, the Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, who lived past 100 years, when he took moksha, when he attained moksha, number of coconuts were hit on his Brahmarandhra so that the prana of the physical body lives through the Brahmarandhra. It is a very spiritual process. Those who have seen will on the same day would have realized the total essence of the life of coming to this earth. For those who have witnessed, only I am referring. In the heart there are 101 nerves. Out of this 101 nerve, one nerve straightaway goes and pierces the hole in the Brahmarandhra and making way and helping the prana to leave the body. Okay? If this nerve goes through the Brahmarandhra, only one attains, the seeker or the sadhaka or the yogi, that subject individual attains immortality. That means we becomes no more birth, no more death. He comes out very clearly from that cycle of no more birth and no more death. This much we will understand about Brahmarandhra, and next one more chakra we will be understanding before we move on to Ajna chakra. But even before going to another chakra, we will understand little more things about the samyama part, about spirituality, about who is self, who is that, who is this. Till such time, all the very best. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.